Well, we are live. It is Friday evening. I apologize for being late. I've had a really busy schedule today. This is Santos Jr., yours truly, A.k.a. Soldier of Self-Mastery, keeping my commitment. I know I was supposed to be here at 8:30, but nevertheless, I'm here, and we're going to be here live for the next few minutes. So I hope that you'll join me. I hope that you will get excited. I hope that you had an awesome day today. And if you didn't, hopefully by the end of this short micro speech, you will have a better evening. By the way, I thank you for joining. We are live, and we're going to take a few minutes out. We're going to talk about a very, very serious subject today. We're going to talk about integrity. Now, I've been thinking a lot about what's happening in the world today. Obviously, we know that. And again, I do apologize. I usually start this at 8:30. Unfortunately, I just got home from my business, and my business is getting tighter. You know, obviously, we all have to pay the bills. We all got to make things happen regardless. But I've been really thinking about what's happening around the globe. Thinking about what's happening in California, on the West Coast. Thinking about what's happening on the East Coast. There are a lot of changes taking place to our world. The globe. When I look at a little bit of the news, and I don't like negativity. I'm going to tell you right up front, I do not like negativity. In fact, I prepared for this micro speech, and I didn't prepare. Usually I try to meditate and take some time and think about what it is that I want to share in these micro speeches, because I feel that it's important for me to share. I made a commitment. I'm challenging myself. I'm going to continue to challenge myself, because I want not only to prove to myself, but I want to prove to people that, you know what? When you challenge yourself, and when you say that you're going to do something, by golly, do it. Back up your word. It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter what you go through. Back up your word. Now, we are going to talk a little bit about integrity in this video. So I want you to hang with me. So I want you to think about your life. I want you to think about where you're at in life right now. I want you to think about where you want to be. I want you to think about the possibilities. Okay? That's what this YouTube channel is all about. It's really about possibilities. It's about growth, and it's about where you can take your life and your mindset to. Especially if you're not happy with yourself right now. If you are not happy with your life, then you know that you absolutely have to make some changes. You absolutely have to do something different. Now, I don't know if you're a person of prayer. I'm a person of prayer. I gotta be upfront. I gotta be upfront about who I am. I gotta be upfront about what we're trying to do. I gotta be upfront about the service that I am working on so diligently to provide to other people, because as we know, this world, especially the East Coast right now, and some of these islands in the Atlantic Ocean, these I call them islands, yeah, Puerto Rico, the Caribbean, some of these other islands that have been devastated. People have lost their lives, they've lost their homes, they've lost everything they've worked for. There are people that are hurting out there. And if you're a person of prayer, I'm gonna recommend that you get into more prayer, because we definitely need to invoke our master, the master of the universe, for his grace and his strength and his wisdom. Now, back to us here. We're talking about integrity. What is the meaning of integrity? What is the meaning of integrity? I'm going to give you my version throughout this short micro speech, but I want you to think about your life. Here, this video You know, I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm not here to condemn. I do know that sometimes when you hear a certain message from somebody else, and it can come in many different forms, if something is not right in your life, it may trouble you. It is our duty, it is our moral obligation to get up every single day and strive to become better. Strive to be a better servant, to become more creative, to believe in ourselves. It is so challenging today. It has become so difficult to trust people. People, I mean, think about it. We don't have to look far. Integrity is something that it needs to be talked about. It needs to be brought out. There needs to be a bigger focus on integrity today more than ever. I'm going to say this. I told myself that if I got to get in front of the camera and if I'm by myself on YouTube, I'm going to hold true to my word. I'm going to hold true to my commitment. Why? Because I'm an example. I'm an example. Too many people a lot of people don't believe in themselves anymore. They don't believe in themselves. They're basically living in a quiet life of desperation. They're hurting. And those of us that have the ability to watch videos, those of us that have the ability to write, to read books, we've got time, we've got freedom, maybe we have a little bit of money. We have an obligation. We have an obligation to rise up against our own negative thinking. We have an obligation to rise up against the negative thinking of others. Now, again, it's not about judging people. It's not about putting people down. It's about holding on to the standard that we have. When we're in the presence of somebody that we know does not have integrity in their life, obviously we're not going to continue associating with those kinds of people. Why? Because the moment that we begin associating with people of this that do not have integrity, what happens to our moral? What happens to our standard? What happens to our dream? It begins to dissipate. It begins to fade away. And there is no such thing as perfection. Even though I consider myself a perfectionist, there is no such thing as a perfection. But there's nothing wrong in striving and in holding on to those things that you want in your life to be better. We must strive to be better every single day. We must strive to think differently. From the moment that we get up, because from the moment that you and I get up, we are facing negativity. We are facing a non-integrity. It's easy to compromise. It's easy to go off in the wrong direction. It's easy to do all of these things. But you and I got to lay down at night. We got to think about our life. I took on a part-time job. Thank you. I took on a part-time job. It hasn't been easy. I've had to humble myself. It's a means to an end. I don't plan on staying there forever. But while I'm there, it's all about integrity. It's all about service to others. It's all about improving. It's all about helping the company improve. And if that doesn't happen, well, then I go forward. You absolutely have to have something that you hold on to every single day that you can improve upon. Something, a dream, a vision, self-empowerment. You must be working on yourself every single day. You must be working on yourself every single day. Let me tell you something. It's easy to get down. It's easy to be negative. It's easy to begin to run with those that don't see the opportunities. It's really easy. It's amazing how when you get around certain people, they're so negative. That influence can be so negative upon you that it could begin taking your eyesight off of what you truly want. You know what? It doesn't matter if you don't see the full picture. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you can't see the full picture. It doesn't matter if you're building and the pieces of the puzzle are still missing in your life. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're failing forward. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you have a standard for your life. What matters is that you have a standard for your family. What matters is that you have a standard for your business. You want to service others. You want to be more valuable. You want to be able to earn a bigger income. You got to change. You must change the way that you think. And believe me, I'm speaking to myself in this video here. So I don't want anybody to feel judged. If you're sitting here and you watch this video after it's done, I don't want you to feel it's about constructive criticism. It's about bettering ourselves, because you know what? You and I, we have abilities, we have talents, we have gifts that have been bestowed upon our lives from our Creator, from our Maker, and it's up to us to develop those gifts and those abilities. You know, we could look at all the negativity around us. I'm telling you, there are things that can depress us in a heartbeat. You know, I keep thinking about these islands in the Caribbean, these islands in the Atlantic, this real estate on the East Coast that is being devastated. Florida, you look at all of those areas over there, going through Florida and onward into the West Coast or the East Coast. There's a lot of people that are going to be, people are losing their lives. And so what do? We look at all of those negativity and we let ourselves go downhill. We got to go on. We're the ones. We must become stronger, and because we are the ones that have to give. We are the ones that we work, we earn money, we get out of debt, we pay the bills, and we give and we pay it forward. We pay it forward. We don't ever be ashamed. As hard as it will get for you, you got to have something that you are focused on. Integrity is going to help you, along with that vision, along with that dream, along with that drive. Like I tell people, you got to be plugged into something. Got to be reading the books. You got to be writing. Too many people are complaining about this or that. They don't have time. I'll tell you who don't have time right now. Those people that are leaving those areas that are stuck in traffic jams trying to get away from this hurricane. They don't have any time. And I'm not here, you know, maybe people could have left sooner for whatever reason. There's poor people. There's a lot of poor people on the planet that don't have a whole lot, stuck in harm's way. There's going to be a lot of people that lives are going to be lost. Lives are going to be lost. We look at these hurricanes, they're getting worse. And it's not just on the East Coast and on the West. There's different all over the globe. Why am I getting into all this? I don't know exactly why I'm getting into all this, but I'll tell you one thing, my friend. We must learn to live with integrity. We must learn to live with focus, with a service mindset. Help other people. I get on this YouTube channel. I pour my heart out. I'm here to help people. I'm here to help people. That's what I'm about. I'm here to help people think better. I'm here to help people elevate their thinking, because I don't know where you might be at right now. I don't know. I thank you for joining us. I have no idea, but I can tell you that if you focus properly, you can have more, and you can have a better life. That doesn't mean that things are just going to go completely well for you all the time. You're going to feel pressure. You're going to be around negative people. There's going to be tragedies that are going to take place. What do we do with all that? We must turn habits. Let's take a few minutes and talk about habits. We're talking about integrity here. We've got all these habits that people are just... You have to make your mind up. You have to be determined on where you want to go in life. And then you got to fight every single day from the moment that you get up. You must fight every single day from the moment that you get up so that you can go forward with your life. You have a family, you got to fight for your family. You got a business, you got to fight for your business. You got a job, maybe you hate your job. Maybe you totally hate and despise your job. So what are you going to do? Obviously, you're not going to stay there. What do? You got to build up that integrity. You got to build up that focus, and you got to look for opportunity. And then you have to move, even if it's just inch by inch. You got to move in that direction so that you can be the best version of yourself. The best version. I tell you, this is a very it's a very difficult day to be living in, especially for young people. The temptation, the music, the programming. Us folks that have a few years, we've been through. You know, I'm a veteran. I've traveled the world. I've seen my share. But I feel like I've begun to live all over again. But this time, I'm living to be a service to other people, to help you on the other side. So, again, I'm going to end here. I'm not going to keep this live video, this live micro speech. I just came home from work. I made a commitment. I said I was going to be on YouTube Live at 8:30. If I got to do this by myself, I'll do it by myself. It don't matter to me, because I'll tell you what, I have a vision of service unto others, and I gotta work diligently to keep that vision alive, because I feel that I have a responsibility to other people. I feel that I have an honest responsibility to other people, to help other people have hope, have at least some form of joy in their life, a victory. And to remind us, sometimes we say the same things over and over and over. There's nothing new under the sun. We may hear it a little differently. We may hear it from a different voice, maybe a different place. But ultimately, we must hear the same things over and over until they become a part of us and they help us develop those areas of our lives that are lacking. And I'll tell you, integrity is something that is so needed today. I don't think we really understand what integrity is anymore. I think most people have lost the understanding of what true integrity, not from me to you and from you to me, but integrity unto ourselves. It's a battle, my friend. We are in the midst of a battle zone. And I've said this in one of my other videos. We're in the midst of a battle zone, and we're also in the midst of a battle right up here. Every day that you get up, every day you got to exercise that muscle. Every day that you get up, you got to train the brain. Because if you don't, number one, you're not going to grow if you don't train your brain. And if you're a person, we're all addictive by nature. We are either reinforcing bad behaviors and bad habits. We're either reinforcing them so they get more difficult to break, or we are reinforcing new positive habits, a new behavior, a new lifestyle. And I don't know about you, but I want to get up every single day and hold my head up high. I want to go to my job site or to the business, whether it's consulting, whether it's life coaching, and I want to definitely improve and give my very best unto others. That's what I want to see in my life. I want to be able to give unto you. I want people to come to this channel. I want people to come to these micro speeches and get something of tremendous value that they can use, that they can apply, that they can give away. So, with that said, I want to thank you for being with those of you that did decide to join me on this video. I want to thank you, and I encourage you. Number one, I encourage you to pray, my friend. If you're a person of prayer, I encourage you to pray, especially for what's happening right now. East Coast is being devastated. If you're a person that reads the Bible, I encourage you to pick up the Bible and meditate on those scriptures. If you're a person that writes, do your best at writing. If you create videos, maybe you have a gift of some sort, something that you can share with other people around the world that's going to help them, whatever it may be, I would encourage you to pick up that camera or that phone and partake of this free service that's available, where we can reach thousands of people all around the globe. And even if it's just reaching one person or two people, we're paying it forward. We're paying it forward. My friend, I truly hope that you've gotten something positive out of this video. I hope that the constructive criticism that has come forth from this micro speech, to myself also, will continue to keep us focused on what it is that we want to achieve. As difficult and as dark as it may seem right now, or even impossible, just hold on to what it is that you want to do and accomplish in your life, and stay plugged into the sources that are going to help you get there, my friend. Yeah, it's going to hurt a little bit. It's going to hurt sometimes. Some days some days maybe you'll wish that you weren't even alive. But we got to be strong. We got to develop that integrity in our lives, and we must go forward. We must go forward every single day. I'm going to see you on my next video, on my next micro speech live. Again, I'm going to be on Instagram. I know there's going to be some interruptions because of my schedule, but I'm going to be on Instagram live. I'm going to be doing Sundays. I'm going to be doing Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on YouTube. So with that said, comment, subscribe, like, and share this video. And remember, more importantly, remember, it's about developing and growing and becoming stronger, not complaining, not looking at the cup as half empty, not looking at all the circumstances, even though we do look at the problems and circumstances, but we look for solutions. How can you and I better ourselves, and how we can make a difference in the world around us, in our family, our business, our job site, wherever we go, my friend. If they're going to talk about us, let them talk, but let us be consciously aware that we live every day with some good form of integrity. With that said, I want to thank you. I'll see you on my next one live. Peace, and remember to make every single day a super fantastic, terrific, over the top day, daily, in spite of and because of. Peace.